And now's the part where I muttered myself for a little bit, trying to get stuff just right. Good morning, everybody. Hello. I hope you all out there having a good one. Hope you all are enjoying yourselves. Oh, one thing I meant to do, which I forgot to do. Let's see. Can I do a color pick on that? Good morning, everybody out there in the world. Having yourselves a good little Friday morning. 7:49 a.m. on the east coast of Canada. On the east coast of Canada, I should say. It is early. It is sunny. The weather's very nice. Able to go out there and throw a ball for some dogs in just a rolled up to the elbow button up. I mean, not just that. I have a shirt underneath it, but it would be pretty sexy with just a button up on. Nice weather. Spring has sprung, I'm happy to say. And there are some seals out in the water this morning, too. Very cute. Puppies of the ocean. Always happy to see that. Let me just steal that papyrus. Do I like that? I need to mess around with a few things in the future to make this layout more what I want it to be. Can I Control Z that? Yes, okay. I'll keep it that way for now. I have plans for stuff, but for now, it need not be important. This morning, it's very chill. It's relaxed. I've been away for a while because I was not chill. I was not relaxed. And it took several weeks for that to fix itself because, damn. But now I'm here. And I've already put my PIN code in so no one can steal my important bank secrets. I'm doing that most interesting of things. Leveling fletching. I know everybody out there's having a wonderful time. A good day. I mean, I suppose I should do... I'm terrible at proper intros and, like, how these things are supposed to go. So, good morning, everybody. It's a pleasure to see you. It's Ada, here playing some RuneScape. Basically an idle game in many respects. It's an idle game paired with the most involved and weird, impossible to solve adventure game quests in a blend that is extremely British and very fun. This is specifically RuneScape free because I already had a mental break and played old school RuneScape for way too many hours, and I needed something slightly fresher than old school RuneScape for my most recent brain problems. So we are here with RuneScape free today. I enjoy both of them. I know some folks are ride or die in old school RuneScape only. I am sorry for those who have only played RuneScape free and know nothing of the treasured history of this game. Oh, I should probably take the sign down, shouldn't I? But I enjoy both. They have things to offer. They both have unique elements, especially now. I mean, I say now, it's been like 7 years or something. The old school RuneScape has an independent development branch, not just maintaining, but like actually making new stuff. How much rest experience do we have? Not enough. They're both very distinct experiences. I call it different things. I like them both. It's a good time. I'll probably talk about that more later on as time goes on. I'm probably going to, while I play this, have an idle game open as well, and also maybe watch a YouTube video. Because the point of this game is you never just play it. It's a background game it's a middle ground game. It's not quite background. Unless you're doing like very specific things, you don't really pay a lot of attention to it. I don't know, it's hard to describe. I like it though. My brain has always enjoyed this. When I was very young, I want to say, I'm trying to remember when I played this, because I played this, like the original RuneScape stuff, like maybe 2007, 2008, something like that. I stopped playing RuneScape for many years when Dungeoneering came out. I remember that. And that has given me a I'll admit, an unfair distaste for it. But I remember playing free to play. I had made a deal with my mom that I would have to do the Dragon Slayer quest to be allowed to get membership. I never did Dragon Slayer as a kid. Combat in these games is just very scary to me. I still don't really get it in some ways. Um, for how brain off, whatever, a lot of this game is, a lot of the skillings, a lot of the combat is actually very scary because, I mean, it's less so in RuneScape 3. In old school RuneScape, I suppose the combat's very scary just because, like, it's really hard. Just in terms of, like, RPG statistic number stuff, it is extremely unfair to the player. And like you can obviously level your skills of it. I suppose I should say what RuneScape is. It's one of the earliest MMOs. I mean that's kind of a lie. Like it's not like in the era of oh what's that one? Everyone knows the one. Not Mythic Quest. That's a show on Apple TV, I think. What am I thinking of? I can't remember. Very early MMO. A lot of players were able to like make their own stuff in a lot of ways. I can't remember what it's called. Not EverQuest. I don't care. Um, Still, it's an early MMO that has survived in a variety of states. There's two versions of the game to play, um, but like it still has that kind of heart and that core. I mean, they added like combat skill abilities, so you have like your skill tree, not skill tree, your skill thing to use for combat, which you can automate. It just does it automatically. You can also turn it off and just do legacy mode, but I don't think that's efficient for trying to do stuff in this game. But it's a very old style MMO that doesn't throw out its old content, and even in RuneScape 3, it doesn't always retire or update older things in some ways that are actually very jarring. Like if I'm playing old school RuneScape and like the aesthetic is there, oh, 100%, I'm completely okay with seeing like, oh yeah, it's like it looks like this. This model looks like that. Totally fine. I need to adjust the level of intensity that my thing goes red at because I'm hitting that way too easily. 1 second, I can manually change my values. Let's make that 400 instead of 300. And then reset it. I need a reset button. 1 second. And we're back. Hopefully now it doesn't go red screaming as easily. What was I saying? I lose track of myself so easily. Probably didn't matter. Oh, how about the game being old? Yeah, it doesn't really get rid of its old content, and it's a very interesting game for that. Because for how many things... Hey, Vormeyer! Good to see you. I am doing better than I have for the last couple weeks. Yeah, I just had a real mental, like, bad health kind of thing going on, but I am returned, and as evidence of how bad my mental health was, this is a relatively new account, starting from scratch. Almost 1,400 total levels on this account. I played a lot of RuneScape to help my brain. And then I went to Montreal for a couple days, and that was really nice. Yeah, I mean, last fall, I had, like, a bad stuff happen, and I played old school RuneScape for, like, 3 months. Actually, it's the same account. I could pull it up if I wanted to and just play some old school RuneScape anytime. Um, and then I was like, well, it's happened again. Not to the same extent, but, like, my brain's gone bad again. It does that. And I just went, I'm just gonna hit up RuneScape 3 for a while. I want the numbers to get bigger in RuneScape. Oh, RuneScape is so good for number get bigger. It is a classic for that. Uh, I like RuneScape a lot. I played a lot as a kid. Yeah, they're interesting games because, like, especially for like RuneScape 3. I know a lot of people don't like RuneScape 3 because they can play old school RuneScape and it's a nostalgia thing. I have the nostalgia. Like, I mean, NinoNino9 was my character I played as a kid. That has definitely been hacked and banned for botting or something at this point. 100%. I think I tried to recover an account and I used the wrong email. And I was like, why can't I get access to it? It was like, oh, it's because they banned it because someone else already broke into it. Oops. Um, but the thing for me is, if I haven't played RuneScape in like a year or two, I never want to just play my old account. God, I'm getting the red way too easily on that hand. Let me fix the number again. Okay, config. What if I set it to 500 decibels or whatever the number actually means? Huh? What then? Ah, did you not do the Stronghold of Security? Did you not learn how to keep your stuff safe? It's so vital and important that, you know... Oh wait, no, I forgot. They actually... I forgot in RuneScape 3, they removed all the actual, like, account security stuff from it for some reason. Um... Like, you can go through there, it's still there, it's just it doesn't ask you any questions for account security anymore, which I, it's kind of funny, given that it's supposed to help 8-year-olds learn that. Yeah, I went back there and, like, farmed for the, Skull Scepter. You know, where is it? Yeah, let me put this away. Fletching is slow, and I have to get more resources for it anyways. I want to keep doing it. Go on. Oh, come on now. There we go. But yeah, so it used to be like you'd be running through that place with mobs that were trying to kill you horribly. And the whole time, it's like every door's like, before you can walk through me to get to safety, what do you do if your brother asks you for your password? What do you do if someone says they'll give you rune armor in the wilderness? And it's all that kind of stuff. This classic stuff. And it's still here, but they removed like all of the parts of it where you do it. They also moved Count Check here instead of in the graveyard in Lumbridge, and they yassified him. Look at this man. Here, I just want to, for reference, 1 second. I need people to understand the degree to which this man has been yassified from the old model. Save the image. Don't save it in there. Actually, wait, no, I can't save it in there because I can do something very funny. 1 second. Actually, wait, no, I would need to... no, I'll just put a picture on screen. I'm not gonna make a VTuber out of him. I have the power, but I refuse to use it in this moment. Add image. New image. Browse. Pictures. Where is he? There he is. They yassified him. They gave him a mustache. I'm just gonna keep Relics of a Bygone Age that still exists because you can just go play old school RuneScape right now and see that man. Um, for reference. Anyways, this place is a lot like the same, but like you just go through the gates, it doesn't ask you questions anymore, which is kind of sad because the whole point was it was like you're under leveled, everything can, because like combat in old school RuneScape is scary when you're not like end game, because everything just kills you. It is so rough, the combat in this game. Um, like early on when you're just trying to like get your like attack level from 1 to 10 so you can actually hit stuff for real, you will miss a dozen times in a row and then finally hit a chicken for 1 health. It has free health. This is such like a like Paper Mario game of small numbers for so long. And it's really charming. Now, RuneScape 3, no longer. My health is 7,600. I have abilities that do like 1,000 damage. They have the big rift in RuneScape happened because of the Evolution of Combat update in 2012. That is the major um, nailing your proclamation on the temple door of RuneScape was them changing the combat system. And then 5 or 6 years later, somebody went, hey, what if we just took a backup of the server from 2007 and just let the players have a version of RuneScape from 2007? And I went, you know what? Yeah, why not? We'll put a couple devs on it to maintain it and like let them do whatever. And it was so popular. And I imagine it did so much to help JGEX's bottom line. They went, let's actually put a lot of devs on it, and every time anytime they want to change the game in any way whatsoever, there will be a community poll that needs like a huge majority vote for us to change or add anything to the game. We will not do anything to alienate the player base as long as a majority of players would enjoy it. And that's why there's Old School RuneScape now, which originally was in a holding pattern and then eventually finally hit a point of actually this makes us most of our money. Yeah, RuneScape 3 is good, but I've noticed that playing it now versus 10 years ago, it's a lot less aggressive about microtransactions actually. There's no longer a roulette wheel and all this other stuff. Like I think like legitimately Old School RuneScape did so well, they were like, oh, we can finally remove some of the microtransactions from this game and relax a little bit, which I appreciate. Um, it's interesting to come back to this and just see it. Because, like, yeah, when I last played, basically, uh, the skills are roughly in order of, like, release date a little bit. And, like, when I last played it, well, no, when I last played it, I had made a new account and did all this shit a lot, and I got forever name right now. When I stopped playing in the original timeline, Dungeoneering was just added. I didn't like it. It was weird. It's combat oriented. I don't like combat. It's very scary and intimidating to me. Summoning was there. Summoning was going through so many changes. It was really in a rough, weird spot, and it still is. I'll talk about my feelings about these skills later. But then when I came back last time, divination, invention, archaeology, and necromancy were all new. Um, Actually, no, last time there wasn't even necromancy. Necromancy is new to this time of me playing it, which necromancy is a new combat style. It is the easiest combat style if you don't want to have to think about anything going on. It is so nice. You also get a cool underground city of ghosts. Like RuneScape 3, the new content they make, it looks nice. They have some zazz to it. They're doing some shit. This is like a cool environment. Look at this shit. There's a horrible necromancer up there who I need to go fight, who killed me, made me his apprentice, and then went, "Hey, bitch, come get some." And he will sometimes tell me I suck shit when I'm doing stuff down here, because he's not a nice man. He's a very aggressive man. Um, and yeah, this combat style lets me like summon ghosts and skeletons and like all this cool stuff. Um, There is sometimes a weird amount of polish, though, missing from the game. Like, look at this man. This man is my necromancer tutor who Def threatened to make him help me. Def's over there somewhere. He's cool. He's based. Um, he's a chill guy. He helps me. And, there's all this, like, lore stuff you can talk about with him. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Now, if I were to step outside for a second of here, I should be just north of Draenor Village. And I were to run over here real quick. It'll just take me a second. They also changed run speed a while back, so you no longer have zero mobility. I've not played either of the Kingdom Come Deliverance games, unfortunately. They look interesting, but they might be a little too involved for me right now. I know you're playing the second one, though. Was that still good? I have been talking my ear off. Vormire, how have you been? It has been like 3 or 4 weeks, I think. Have the vibes been good? I hope they have been. And now the funny thing is, that exact NPC is also right here because he existed before Necromancy. Um, and they never did a polish update to like make this consistent. So you have another instance of the same man who has a completely different relationship to you and exists as like a minor NPC for 2 or 3 quests. who has no awareness of the fact that he's part of a massive skill and thing to do with your player in another context. And like the thing about RuneScape 3 is there's a lot of stuff like this. There's weird polish missing for just consistency. And it's not bad. I mean, it's in some ways it's like it's a lack of cohesion. But it's like it's weird. And for how much they have changed this place, they never just do this. Oh, cool. Oh, I love personifications of death in media. Definitely my favorite one I think is gonna be Terry Pratchett's. Love Discworld, love Death in Discworld. But yeah, I mean Death has the potential to be such an interesting character. And you can really see Terry Pratchett realize that between small Good Omens and the Discworld series. I'm just like, wait a minute. I'm not doing enough of this character. This character is actually really interesting. Talking is my whole thing. But also, I'm here for conversation, hanging out, potentially watching YouTube while I play this because RuneScape is a very head-off game. At some point, I will do a sliding tile puzzle because those are important, and I know how to. I have figured out how to solve those intentionally, and I want to show off, and very likely mess it up, but I think it's fun. But yeah, so interesting, good game, and like a lot of the stuff too that like I really appreciate in RuneScape 3, or I like it. I don't know what the word is. Like, first of all, okay, another thing. This map is the exact same as it used to be. They've added stuff, they've changed some things, but like when you look at like, oh wow, all the definition, these trees, the new tree models, wow, interesting. And then you open the map and it's like these lines were drawn 23 years ago. This mess of the plateau was drawn by a British man in like 2003, and it has not changed. They have never updated the map. And it's like, why? Old school RuneScape exists now. Like, I feel like RuneScape 3 for a long time was stuck between this call to nostalgia, like this requirement of like you need to like still be like nostalgic and like have some good old stuff, but like the devs wanted to do other things, and like some of the things they wanted to do maybe weren't so great. I mean, the evolution of combat stuff was kind of very like making it more like World of Warcraft in a way that I don't think people really wanted. But it's like you have old school RuneScape now. You're free. You can just do whatever you want now. Not to like say, hey, for everything out make the game worse, but it's like none of this has been changed. I haven't actually been to the elf stuff yet in any time I've played the game, but like Ardone, Yanil especially, like none of this has been looked at, touched up, given like a revamp, given a facelift, and anything like that. And it's just when I hear people talk about like how different this game is, it's like I'm like, have you actually gone west of Burthorpe and seen like what's here? Because it's just like all of this shit's the same. Like they added like a handful of things for like consistency of just like, oh yeah, there's like an inventor's desk now. They added a new farm here, which is actually pretty nice. I like the farm here. I have let it go fallow. I should go back and fix it and make it nicer, but this requires a lot of regular upkeep, and I'm just not in the space right now to do that. Because I don't want to. Like all of this shit's the same. Waterfall quest is the exact same. A bit of new stuff up here, but there was never much up here. Actually, this quest is really good. I like needle skips. And I'm just like, why did? Because like they've added new stuff. Like there's a whole like Menaphos has a reputation system down here. There's like a giant elephant thing here. That's like a weird area. I mean, they added the whole Demonheim thing back in 2012. There's a shit ton of lore and quests to do with like Mauritania. There is a island of dinosaurs up here with a volcano. There's like this place too that's like lore interesting, but I need to not do it for a while. And then Miscellanea, exactly the same. Looks the same, the same. Let me actually just, the interface has not changed either, and it's really funny to find an interface that has not changed at all. Um, I gotta wait 10 seconds for it to teleport because some fiends never change, and I do appreciate that. Um, so part of the fort you get for doing some stuff, which I'm trying to do the quests like in like narrative order a little bit, but I like this in place too much to not just do it. I really enjoyed the fort. But like I can go to Miscellanea and I can just be like, oh yeah, the exact map they drew in 2004 or whatever. And it's like, it's not like I'm like, I don't need them to change these things, but it's just like, for how much you have a core identity different from old school RuneScape now, why is so much not your new identity? It's just interesting. I mean, also, it's a lot of dev time, I'm sure, to change stuff that's not broken, but it's just like, it's jarring. Like, to a new player who has no idea of the history of the game, it's like, why is this like this? By and large, quests are all here still. Oh no, show completed. You know, you still got your cook's assistant, you still got your restless ghost. They make some small changes, like for example, the wizard's tower is way bigger. It is massively different. Wizard's tower has been changed significantly. So like the part of restless ghost where you're supposed to go into the basement of the wizard tower and find a skull on a skeleton, all that stuff. You no longer do that because that's gone. Now you just go find it next to some stones somewhere. Which is one of the few examples of them actually like updating an older quest at all to account for stuff. But like, hi, welcome to the new Wizard's Tower. Remember when this place had like a demon in it or something, and that was kind of cool, and otherwise it was nothing? Damn. But don't worry, you can still find the demon. He's just over here now. Damn, man, I could farm so much magic experience off of you, except for the fact that I don't have to do that anymore because leveling combat skills is pretty easy. Um, you don't really have to worry about dying too much for combat anymore. Yeah, so Wizard's Tower is like totally different. And you know how maybe you don't, but rune crafting was like annoying to level before because it was just such a like run around and run speed was an issue or run energy was an issue. There's a mini game now you can do. Don't worry, you can just super easily do rune crafting here um, to level it. Which rune crafting is not an especially great skill, all told. Leveling it is just a lot of running from the bank to a place back and forth constantly. But like, you see this. You see the Wizard's Tower, which we'll just run outside for a second. The Wizard's Tower with its like teleportation stuff, all this going on. You know, you can run outside and just be like, whoa, that's big. And I'll say in a moment, whoa, that's big. Damn. Wow. Hey, let's go to Yanil real quick. I wonder what's going on in Yanil. I wonder what the devs have done with Yanil after all this time when they've made such massive changes to so much of the game. Well, it's a bit more, pallid. Well, I bet the Wizard Guild is like, oh. I mean, the Wizards Guild is 3 floors, I guess. You know, the place that you only unlock by getting like level 68 magic. Yeah, it's looking the same as it did in 2004. And by and large, everything over this part of the game is like that. It is just all unchanged what it used to be. And it's like, it's strange. I don't mind a bit of nostalgia, but again, it's like, yeah, exactly. It's like, ah, the tower. And let me tell you, some of the quests over here have the same interface. It's like if you do like Tower of Life, where you like have to fix all this stuff and like mess around with some puzzle elements and whatnot. Very adventure game. A lot of adventure game stuff in this game. It's the same interface. Exactly. which means you're having just to like rapid click to move fiends 5 pixels at a time. Like it's not just click and drag or anything like that. It's like very slowly move this fiend over meticulous. And it's like, oh, y'all really never change this. Y'all never like it's like you'll do the exact same thing in another context with a very smooth interface. You just never changed it. So a couple things though. Um, a couple quests are gone. Prince Ali's rescue is now Diamond in the Rough. By and large, they kind of added free tracks of like narrative combat styles, sorta, with magic combat and ranged. And like there's like an archetype hero NPC kind of character with a quest line attached to them. And so basically, the Prince Ali rescue turned into like a very like Arabian Nights kind of, or yeah, like Al Kharid themed kind of thing that uses the character of Ozan. So some quests are just fundamentally changed because they reworked them into another context and situation entirely. Boop doo. Romeo and Juliet is gone. I'm sad to say. That fuckboy no longer gets to be helped in failing to do anything. Instead, is that not in Pathfinder? Where's my fuckboy at? Yeah, now it's helping a dwarf and a barbarian lady get together instead, which I don't think that one needed. I mean, I heard there was some stuff in Prince Ali's Rescue that was like, well, this kind of goes nowhere, and also it's a little bit, eh. Um, I thought they had removed whatever part of it was kind of weird. But Romeo and Juliet was like, yeah, the guy sucks, but like, it's kind of the point of Romeo and Juliet. But I guess for some reason they wanted to change it, so it's gone. Funnily enough, the quest where you like learn about rune crafting that is required to do rune crafting stuff has nothing to do with rune crafting anymore. But it still like serves as the requirement to do a lot of it, but it has nothing to do with rune crafting anymore. It's interesting. Also, a lot of holiday events are quests now too, so you can kind of like still go and do them. There's a quest right over here actually. Where is it? Doop-a-doo. Yeah, this place. Um, it's just a Resident Evil minigame. You just play out like a speed run of Resident Evil for a little quest here, and then you can redo it. Like I'm sure I don't know when it was made, but I'm sure it was like in response to Resident Evil 2 remake coming out or something. Because it's like, oh yeah, you just did a Resident Evil quest. And it's good. It's interesting. There's a challenge version to like do it without dying in like super fast mode, so I had fun doing that. Um, one of the big things that's interesting though is like I should do something while I'm just gathering on. I'll try to go cut more Acadia. I need to get my fletching to 60 so I can make a better chest. Um, oh god, I interrupted myself and I lost what I was saying. I do be doing that. Well, get that out, get you out, and we're good to go. I need captions. I should have worked on that while I was having mental health issues. Ugh. Um, nope, lost it completely. Oh well, that was important then. I'm gonna go cut some trees and become better friends with sailors because of it. But yeah, it's just I like this. A lot of interesting aspects to it. And of course, there is still the whole one thing that trying to be with like the money stuff. Yeah, you can buy keys to open chests, get random stuff. This also really messes with the balance of the game. Like part of the game is grinding. RuneScape is an idle game. The whole point is number get bigger. You will get so many lamps that you will skip so much of the game's content of having to actually level your skills. That said, I do want to get the rainbow shit because I'm gay and I'm a sucker. Um, but luckily, I mean, I'll just open one up real quick and see if I can. Wow, 2 lamps. I could easily get like 20,000 experience in a skill and skip having to level it a bunch. Or No, I refuse to do that. Um, because if I get a lamp, the only thing I will do with it is stick it in dungeoneering, so I don't have to actually level dungeoneering. Maybe Slayer too, sometimes, but usually dungeoneering. Um, Now, the nice thing is, if you throw away the shit you get to get currency to buy like aesthetic stuff with. Although some of it, like, I'm not really big on, because it's like references to like I don't know. There's one where you just turn into the Fane from Fantastic Four. I'm just like, why is this in your game? Hmm. But then it's like, oh, you can get like a cool outfit. You know, that's pretty cool. I enjoy a cool outfit as long as they're cool. Right now, I'm rocking that Spring Necromancer look. You know how it is. If I wanted to, I could Is there anything good in here? The hat's kind of nice. Eh. I'm Beach Time Necromancer. That's my vibe. No, I'm actually wearing the full outfit for the bonuses and stuff, but you can just transmog whenever you want. Ugh. But yeah, that's my introduction to RuneScape discussion. I lost track of free fiends during it, but that's just how my brain is. And now we cut trees for 3 hours. I mean, not actually for 3 hours, just for a little bit. Hope you having a good day. Hope the vibes have been nice. I'm glad you enjoyed your Kingdom Come Deliverance. There's an interesting element of old school RuneScape not having it, where like, especially like in like PvP, you will know what the other person is actually like using, and like this is not a game where it's like, ah, it's this sword with these stats and drops and attributes on it. Like, it's not that kind of game. It's like, oh, you have that sword. I know the exact stats and what its like special abilities and like all that kind of stuff. So like, there is I will like definitely give like old school RuneScape the credit of like, yeah, it makes sense. Like old school RuneScape should have the transmog because like it is so much baked into like a lot of the player stuff of, especially when the combat is, hey, in the middle of combat, you're going to change your entire outfit and weapon out to something else so you can do something. And it's like, oh yeah, in that case, like you need to know the other player just put on like their prayer robes of fuck you and are no longer wearing like whatever they were wearing before for like melee or whatever. Because like the combat triangle is really key to the combat in that one. And the reason I play Necromancer is because it ignores the combat triangle. You just don't have to think about it or worry about it. There's no longer a triangle if you're Necromancer. You don't get bonuses, but you also don't get like negatives. And I don't. I have always been very intimidated by RuneScape combat, and that has not changed. I mean, in this one, it's changed because a lot of NPCs for quests who were so hard to kill and like, oh god, I'm so worried about this in RuneScape, old school RuneScape. Pepper, back way girl, too excited. Um, it really is the normal type of combat. But like so many combat things that were like, oh yeah, this quest is very easy, except this one bit you have to do where you have to fight a guy, and it's like, oh god, I have to fight a guy. I have to fight a level 40 dog. It's gonna kill me. It's like you're in full plate armor for sword. It doesn't matter. It's gonna kill me. Um, like a lot of quests would just be like, well, I have all the skills I need, but I am not ready for that combat at all. And like a lot of RuneScape quests rely on like safe spotting. Basically, hey, just level magic, find a way where enemies get stuck on a thing and can't attack you, and then just kill them safely. That is a lot of how RuneScape combat works in old school RuneScape for quest stuff until the bosses, and the bosses are pretty complicated. Um, they have not appropriately updated the combat stats for most of those NPCs in RuneScape 3. You know, it's not like, oh, they have 12 HP still, but it's like, hey, 1200 HP is not a lot anymore. um, you just didn't really, you didn't balance this for a new system. So it's like, oh, cool, I can just go kill the General of Khazad or whatever super easily now and do Trinum Stronghold with no issues. Nice. Child me is content about this because I can just do this quest now. Um, I will probably finally go to the elf part of the world because I can actually do underground passage because I'm not going to be scared of the level 80 guys. Because normally, oh my god, the combat is so just, it's rough. You just take so much damage, you don't hit guys back. Ugh. The last time they had a leagues for old school RuneScape. Oh, so old school RuneScape does have a thing. Every year or two, they run a 2-month thing called a league, which is just, hey, want to play old school RuneScape with cheats? And a big part of it now is like adding a bunch of combat bonuses. So one of them was like, yeah, so basically, if you upgrade this pathway for your league stuff, you will just get to attack at about 4 times the rate with a chance to just have a second hit spawn off. And then a chance for a third hit to spawn off of that. And so you could hit a guy every tick, melee style, and also have every single hit be 8 hits or something. And it's like, ah, there we go. I was like, now I'm satisfied. This is the combat that makes sense to me because this is still not trivializing a lot of content of the game, but at least it feels easier because I just can't. I mean, again, prayer flicking as well. Just like, no. Yeah, next time there's a league going on, I 100% recommend it. If you don't really want to play like the old RuneScape stuff because it's a little bit like not jankier, but just quality of life. You don't want to have your run energy be like horrible. Although I think they're changing that maybe. Um, Wait for a league, and then you have. I mean, by default, a league has infinite run energy, so you no longer have to like. It does not take you an hour to walk from a city to another city anymore. It's such a funny part that's fundamental to RuneScape. That's just like it takes so long to go places in RuneScape. Um, it's really funny, just like how core to the game that part of it is of just like, yeah, navigation, like once your magic is high enough, once you have like the ecto file and some other stuff, it's like, oh, this isn't so bad anymore. I can get around and like, navigate. But for a long time, you just can't. Like a core part of the game is the fact that mobility is not easy. And that's really interesting. It's an interesting part of the game. It's one that has largely been removed from RuneScape 3 because you have infinite home teleport and you get lodestone, so I can go anywhere on the map I want to anytime. I don't think I played Outward, but I can believe that other games have a similar kind of thing on navigation. It's like navigation itself is like a idle game in this sometimes, just having to get to a place. Um, but yeah, it's interesting. I really think the mechanics and design of RuneScape in any of its iterations is a really fascinating thing. Because especially for how clunky and weird and whatever old school RuneScape is, it works. People love that game. I love that game. There's a lot to respect and appreciate in it, and it's just like, why does this connect? Why does this work when it's like there's a whole stat just for making fires that basically has no purpose. Leveling agility is one of the most painstaking, annoying things, and the conceit of like what this represents for you to be able to do doesn't make a lot of sense, and it's like a utility skill that is annoying to level, but you never level this skill by actually using it. You only level it by like explicitly doing things to level it. Like you will never level agility by just using shortcuts back and forth over and over again. You just go to this like area of the world that's like, oh, the agility training course, and you just run around there for 5 hours. Or like, no, you level combat by fighting stuff. You level mining by mining stuff. You get something for doing it. But agility is just this weird one of like you don't actually level it by using it. It's useful once in a blue moon, and it's like, shit, I wish my agility was higher so I could do this, and then you do something else instead. It's a weird skill. Like, oh, there's weird design to this. Like, I've been trying to think about like adapting RuneScape to like a game I want to make, like some of the skill ideas and like the visual styles and stuff like that. And like, I don't know what to do with agility. I don't know what it represents or how it is a satisfying thing. Because conceptually, oh yeah, I get the idea of agility, but when it actually comes down to game mechanics and stuff, it's like, what is the point of this and how does the player engage with it in a way that's satisfying? Because you really can't do that. Um, and also, but the other thing is, agility also makes your run speed come back faster. So if you're playing free to play, you're missing out on the thing that fixes mobility for the game a little bit. Especially because wearing armor and stuff makes you heavier. It makes your run speed run out faster. So if you're like running around doing combat or just like equipped for general, like if you're trying to not be killed by a high level monster instantly while you're doing something else, you wear armor. That means you run out of your run energy super fast. There's a whole economy for like energy potions for making sure you can always have run energy on you. Um, One of the rewards you get for doing area events, and this isn't old school RuneScape, this isn't a new thing. You know, the task list has always been a thing, but the first one is like the Lumbridge one. The key thing it does is it recharges your run energy twice a day. In RuneScape 3, this is pointless. In old school RuneScape, extremely useful and nice to have early on. Um, that's interesting. Again, so much of this game is just like, why is it like this? Why did you do this? Oh, that sounds cool for Outward. Like, yeah, building a game around not having fast travel is an interesting prospect in this current day and age. I like that. They are currently, maybe they already passed it. I don't know. There was a vote or a profit idea for Old School RuneScape a while ago about changing the calculations on run energy so that I think at max agility you still have the same regain rate, but early on it starts out higher so that it's less of an issue. Because I think even now they're realizing that's a real teaming issue for players that doesn't need to be there. Um, so I wonder if that passed or not. Because again, the players have to vote for it. They can have the idea, they can offer it up, but then the players have to go, yes, I want that. Otherwise, it just doesn't happen. Which is why it's really funny. Sailing became a skill that's currently going through its paces right now. The old joke of an April Fool's thing about sailing being a skill in RuneScape is now real in old school RuneScape. While in RuneScape 3, we got a port minigame that you can go do to send people off to like go to the mysterious east, where the only reference to that beforehand was a random samurai in this town way back when. Um, but to get any of the people who can pilot your ship for you, you need level 90 in a skill. So I'm still working towards that. Also, invention, one of the new skills. You need level 80 in 3 of your skills, one of which is divination. I don't like divination. Um, it's not divination is a skill that would have been sent back to the drawing table if it had been voted on by players. It's not well thought out. Elements of it are interesting. There's like a Easter egg hunt kind of thing for it to go find stuff that helps like with a lot of the leveling of it for a bit. But by and large, it's deeply unsatisfying. It's not necessary. Um, and it just isn't engaging to do. I don't like divination. It wasn't a well thought out skill because it doesn't. It's self-contained. Is like, cause like wood cutting. Well, wood cutting. What is wood cutting? I'm standing here. I clicked on a feed a minute ago, and I'm waiting. But I'm getting logs, and it's like part of a cycle where this is used to other things. It's a gathering skill that supports a bunch of other skills in a bunch of ways. It's very passive. I also get like bird's nest, so I can get like seeds for farming from it. And again, it's very passive. It's a very hands-off kind of thing. Mining has been made very similar. It's no longer each rock gives you one ore and then you have to find the new one. It's just like you have an energy bar that runs out, at which point you mine very slowly after that. So mining, again, very hands-off. You can kind of ignore it, whatever. It's a gathering skill. Like it's an idle game, it kind of fits into the whole purpose. Divination, you have to go to a specific location. You have to click on a floating orb, fill your inventory with an item, and then decide between three options of what to do with the item. One of which is turn it into a different item, one of which is get more experience or just get less experience. And then really the only reason you gather the resource from that is to level it, and then to buy the thing that makes the next like resource gathering item faster or more efficient. And then also it's like alchemy, you mean herb lore? I mean, herb lore was all about resource gathering via farming and other and like a lot of Slayer stuff too to make the potions have utility across a lot more of the game. Um, is there an alchemy thing? No, I don't think so. I mean, it's cooking. Oh, the alchemy spell. Um, I mean, the alchemy spell is to turn anything you want into money via magic. And like, a good way to level magic is just to high alch a bunch of stuff off the market, or like make a bunch of stuff in crafting and just like turn it into gold and whatnot. But that's not its own skill necessarily. It's a way to level a skill if you want to. But like the payoff of divination is you get a couple of things like you can make not boons. That's the self-purchasing thing I was talking about. You can make like support items, or like, oh, I want to make a resource point that anyone can use, and then I'll like I guess for a social purpose, there's kind of like, oh yeah, I kind of see why you would do that. But also, you can just go to a rock and mine it really easily. You can just, I mean, I think herb patches might actually be useful. Herb patches, I think, might have a utility for this purpose. But other than that, it's like a lot of it's like, well, I can just go someplace and do it. So I don't really like divination. I don't think it was thought out to like how the player would engage with it. On the other hand, archaeology. Archaeology rocks. I like it a lot. It's very based, like, adding to the lore of the game. There's a management minigame for having a team of researchers. There's, like, a kind of hands-off, like, gathering from a resource node where you then have to, like, just keep track of, like, which resource node is the one that's good right now, which is, like, very hands-off, so you still have the hands-off gathering aspect of it. There's a slight, like, gotcha element to it of, like, when you finally find a thing, what do you find exactly? Which is like, oh, that's exciting. Like, I'm kind of like trying to find this thing and putting time into it. There's a clear like pace to how you level and engage with it. And then when you finally find the thing, it's like, cool, well, now I can like restore and fix this and then fill a bunch of collection logs for people who pay me in return for this. And then for doing that, I get these permanent upgrades that I can, switch between that affect the whole game in a lot of ways. So the big payoff for archaeology, besides other stuff, but the big payoff for this at least, is the mysterious monolith, where when you do a bunch of stuff and you get new relics, you just get to have permanent passive effects, such as more health, increased reputation gain in a lot of places, always have the effect of having a Rune of Luck on, which with all different versions of that too. So it's like archaeology was very well thought out and well implemented, and I like it a lot. But just, divination. At the very least, divination, you level it by like doing it. Summoning is just a mess of a skill, honestly. That one is just like, what were they thinking? Um, And they still haven't fixed it really. Like they have still not really fixed. Because the thing for summoning is, okay, the thing for summoning is you need to have a bunch of items. So what you need to have is you need to have pouches to make summoning bags with, spirit shards to do that with, 4 different types of charms, and then a like reagent item that like decides what gets made specifically. So, for example, like you would have like a pouch, a bunch of spirit shards, and a gold charm, and then a piece of iron ore lets you make the granite crab pouch, which you can then summon a little guy. And it's like, oh, cool, I get to summon a guy. He's around for a while. The only thing that gives you experience is making the pouch, not using the skill. It's not like a combat skill where like, oh, if I summoned like a wolf to fight with me, the wolf doing damage levels summoning. No, it doesn't do that. It's a skill that is leveled without actually engaging with the payoff of the skill at all. It's just like, wait a minute, why? And it's like, oh, it's a utility skill to make everything's better, but it's like, I don't know. I don't think I really care about +4 defense or +1 fishing. That's super minor. I don't think I care about that enough to want to do it. You also have to go to one spot specifically to do it. So it's kind of like a rune crafting issue of you're just making bank runs from here to here, back and forth, with inventories full of stuff to level a skill, and you never actually have to use it to level it. And that just feels bad. I'm not a fan. Yeah, ideally, leveling the skill means actually engaging with like the point of it, not just doing random shit. Um, and I imagine a lot of players maybe felt the same way, which is why there's been a rift for uh, old school RuneScape to new RuneScape, with a lot of focus on, hey, if we add a new skill, it needs to actually be good. And like, it needs to be thought through about how it's actually going to engage with the players and whatnot, and like you should test it and talk to the players, and so that's happening with sailing right now, is all that kind of stuff. Retroactively, old school RuneScape kind of made fire making make more sense. They added a whole like boss mini game thing that uses it, where it's like, yeah, we need to keep this like god of the cold away from our world that's trying to like freeze everything and kill us all. So you have to help all these like fire priests manage the god basically and like keep the place from, freezing to death. So kind of the whole skill then is now justified by that minigame a little bit. But still like, well, fire making still like is used at the very least. And it makes sense because it's like, sure, maybe it doesn't have to be a skill, but it's like, I get it. I get what it does. I don't, I can't obviously see a better way this could exist. And also, it's a relic from like it being made in like 99 or whatever, because that was in Classic RuneScape too, I'm pretty sure. Oh, in Classic RuneScape, that was the first version of it too. That was back when it was like 2D sprites instead of like 3D models and stuff. And they had 2 kinds of magic for good magic and bad magic. Yeah, like ideally, like I could grind a skill as much as I want to. I could just go to a place, grind it. I could mine a bunch of stuff and drop it on the floor and just keep doing that forever. Or I could mine what I need to smith a bunch of stuff and like have it work in the rotation of like all my skills working in tandem so that I am achieving goals while leveling it. If I have to level a skill in a way that does not feel like I'm actually accomplishing something, I don't like it. Because like fletching, I'm making ammunition for ranged, I'm making weapons, I'm making stuff I could sell in the marketplace as well, potentially. I'm making stuff I could high alch eventually. It's a production skill. I don't really fuck with range all that much, but at the very least, like, it's a production skill I can do stuff with. Fine. Cooking, obviously. I'm making my lobsters. I'm making my food so I can go into combat and not die. Cooking's extremely important. Feeding, I'm making money, and I'm being a scamp while I do it. And I like that. Also, there's a Rogues Guild now in RuneScape 3, where you get to like help the guild expand over time by doing a bunch of stuff. And that's just kind of cool. I like that a lot. Eventually, you can go to different places like crack vaults to like get loot that turns into points we can spend on stuff too. So like there's a lot of interesting utility, and I like the thieving stuff for it. A lot of these skills, like I understand what place they have in the game, how I level them, how they benefit me, and I'm happy when the number gets bigger. I'm excited to be like, ooh, what can I do now? What do I get to cook now? What do I get to steal from now? What potions can I make? Like, I like that stuff. Divination is just like, oh, cool, I got a thing I don't need. Or, oh, I got a thing I'm never going to use, because I already struggle to use consumables in video games. Um, yeah. So anyways, divination, they mess up a little bit on that one. I don't know what invention is yet, because I've never actually gotten to use it. Because I need 80 divination to do this. I made a list recently of, because there's just so much stuff in this game, ADHD brain, which my brain loves this game, but also it's like, oh, what are things I'm trying to do in this game? So I can make a list of like goals to accomplish. If I don't know what to do, I can go do something. So it's like, okay, let's see. Invention, unlock it. Well, let's see, smithing level 80. Okay, I'll just like do burial kits, whatever. I can get smithing to 80. I'm going to anyways because I want to get like the better tools for stuff. Crafting level 80. Well, crafting is trickier to level, but also it's usually pretty profitable and just time consuming. So like I'll just make like green D-hide chaps or whatever and high alch them eventually, whatever. It's basically a money dump stat to level it. That's fine, whatever. Divination. Quote, oh fuck off. Let me show you why. Let's go do divination for a minute. Let's go engage with this skill for a second. Let me be a catty bitch for a minute. Actually, while I'm at it, hang on, where is, nope, where is it? You know what I want, just give it to me. Come on. God, I have so many songs in this game now. I'm gonna mess up all my audio levels for a minute. Oh, I got stabbed by a man. Are you ready? Step 1. Harvest a wisp. No, at level 58, I get 6 experience per each of these. Sometimes 12, I'm lucky. Now, because I'm getting close to level 60, where I'm going to be doing the next one of these, once my inventory is full, which let me tell you, sometimes these don't last long enough to actually get you to full inventory, and that having 2 empty spots here and having to kick off another one's timeline, oh, my brain does not like the gap there. Anyways, I need to get more of the energy resource because I need to buy the upgrade for the next thing I'm doing. So, we're going to turn these into energy, which means we get 1 experience per. So roughly, for 24 inventory slots of these, basically, I got 150 experience just now for doing that. And let's see, when I hit 60, I need to have 1,000 of these on me, so do that 10 more times. And this is it. This is the entire skill. They put this in a video game. Oh, like an energy system for like you can only do so much stuff at a without like having to pay for more energy like Grand Blue Fantasy. Nope. Get the butterfly, please. Please catch the butterfly. They also changed hitboxes at some point in this game. It is much harder to click on stuff now than it used to be. It's the actual model you click on, not just like the environmental space. Cool, I got some botany experience. Herblore. Like, there's stuff that's a pain to level, but at least I'm doing something. This is just... The word my brain went for was masturbatory, but I don't think that's really quite right. But it's like, what? This is completely a self-serving skill. This only exists for itself. The one thing it did for me was I could transmute diamonds into a dragonstone, but I still can't even craft it into a cut dragonstone to use for archaeology, so I'm still like gated on crafting anyways. And by now, I could have just gone and mined one with how my mine is. So the one shortcut it gave me that required me leveling it to like almost 60 is still not really a shortcut. Now the thing is, what I could do, if I wanted to, I could configure this differently. I could say, well, let's burn energy so that I do this faster. Like, ooh, 26 experience, nice. Uh, that's the resource I need to save up for though, so that I can like get the upgrade for the next level. So I need to not do that. And like the thing, like divination, like you can transmute stuff, which has, but the thing is that you can almost always just like use other skills to get this resource anyways, or just buy it on the marketplace if you're not playing Iron Man mode. Um, I mean, there's like some stuff that's transmutation. You can make like a resource bubble, but also you can just go to a place and just farm it automatically. And if you want to do social skilling, you can just go to the clan citadels and like do that there for your weeklies. Um, you can do stuff in Demonheim, but also that's only in Dungeoneering mode. Again, I think herb patches maybe, but also you can just do Slayer to get that anyways. You can just buy it off the marketplace. There's a lot of stuff you can do instead of this. Um, you need it to be able to do stuff. Otherwise, and also the conversion rate is like 3 willow logs to 1 maple. Yeah, like, I could see that being kind of nice, especially because, like, you know, oh, if other people catch stuff, you have a chance to get your own. I was like, okay, that's one use for it, I could see. You know, I'm not gonna knock it. That is a thing you could use the skill for, but like, is the entire skill is basically been built around making redundant resource points. Yeah, and I just don't. And also, again, I've been doing this for a while now, and it's like, oh, I have so much experience in this now. This is taking a long time. Um, And honestly, I don't even find it. It's like a very good like ignore skill. For like wood cutting or mine, you kind of just click and forget. But like for wood cutting, once the tree is down, it's one click to get a tree going again. In mining now, you can just kind of wait until your inventory is full. With this though, it's like, well, you have to do this, and these keep moving around. They're hard to click on, and you have to convert it. And you have to keep track of like your energy levels so that you can make sure you get the feign properly. And it's just not enough. Yeah, mining like I mean at this point, so what? I just unlocked they added some new stuff to this like this orichalcum now. Orichalcite, you can find that in the mining guild, which you unlock at 60 anyway, so that's just right there. A Dracolith. If you have Dungeoneering leveled up, you can also get that in mining guild, so the level 60 stuff is just done for you automatically. Nechrite. In the desert near Uzer. Not too hard to get there. Um, yeah, you can get Nechrite. You have to bring some water, though. That might be a little bit annoying to do. Phasmatite. Port Phasmatis, which you have the Ectofile, so you can just get there no problem. Dwarven Mine Resource Dungeon. Yep. That's not too inaccessible then. Does it even go? Wait, how high does Divination's, like, stones even go? Let me see. Rocktail Bubble. Dark Anima. Cave Fish Bubble. Magic Tree. Magic Tree. No, wait. There's a bunch of magic trees all over the place, actually. Herb Patch. Banite Rock. Yew Tree. Phasmatite. Nechrite. How long do they even last for? Doesn't say. But yeah, so what? 80, we get Banite, and it's just Banite. Let's see, up in Relica. Yeah, up around Vera might be more useful, but also you have to actually get the stuff in the first place, because you need the resource to be able to make the skilling thing. So, there is some utility there. I'm sure there's some convenience. Again, if you're like really trying to farm for a thing and you have a bunch of people who can work with you, you probably get a lot of extra resources by them also using the spot. But I also don't know how long it actually lasts to make that worthwhile. And then, of course, you have to be doing this to get the energy to be able to keep doing it. So, yeah. I could just buy the energy, though. Heck, can you even just buy the Fiends, too? I don't know. But anyways. Yeah. It's just like, why can't this just... I have to watch myself do this for one experience per. You know? I am now leaving. Until I need more divination, I would like to not engage with that skill. That one just needed more time, I think, to figure out how to make it feel better. Because it's just, to me at least, does not feel great. Now, the other thing is, you do have this, like, collection thing of, like, oh, you find all these little things. And I'm getting one experience because I'm turning it into the Gleaming Energy. But I need that Gleaming Energy for stuff, so it's the whole thing. Um, but it's like, oh, yeah, the payoff of doing the skill, basically, is getting the energy to craft with. But also, the skill says, no, but consume that to make leveling me faster. So it's like, wait, so you're asking me to take the payoff of doing the skill and just recycle it back into the skill to make it faster instead of like getting a reward for doing this that's usable in the rest of the game. So ostensibly, after leveling for hours, you walk away with nothing because you used the thing to make it faster and there is zero output. If I do mining, it's like, oh cool, I end up with like a bunch of coal or whatever. If I do fletching, it's like, oh, like, maybe I don't like archery very much, but at least, like, I have, like, a shit ton of arrows now. And worst case, like, I'll sell them for some money. What, 44 each? That's gonna be like 500,000 right there, I think, something like that. That's not bad. But just like, What what do you give me? Tell me, energy. What is the point of you? So anyways, that's my vendetta. Now I do like elements of the skill, such as like, oh, the engrams, that's cool. You have to go around, solve a riddle, find these fiends in the world somewhere, and then you can activate them, and they give you a ton of experience in divination as a reward. Cool. It helps the leveling curve a little bit. It's a fun thing to do. It gives energy a purpose. You know, you unlock like some bonuses, like, if we go to the divination place real quick, it's up this way. Um, there's an interesting output from this of getting to have like, in the same way we have like our passives from the monolith, we also get from divination. As soon as I load into the lodestone, bloop, there we go. Come on. We have the whole Guffix temple over here. Oh, Guffix died, by the way, sorry. I don't think he's died yet in my quest series, but everyone talks about how he's dead, and it's like, oh, okay. There's not really a linearity to this. But yeah, we have a lady with white dreads here who helps us do some stuff. Um, Importantly though, we can just go to this fountain and we can be like, hey, I want to change what's going on. Right now, and also this interface is kind of dinky. But like, we can make it so that we get experience for a random skill instead of an item that empowers the. We can basically make the divination less interesting so that you can level other skills more like passively. And that's the one they give you as an example of it working well. Um, More experience from doing the dungeoneering for divination stuff. Divination stuff lasts longer. They already last almost a whole inventory though, so you don't really need that. You get more experience. So the whole point of a divine location that's like giving you a resource is like, well, what if you wanted an extra quarter of experience, but you get none of the items for doing this? Yeah, you can just activate that. Um, Memory shards, I never feign. You can get divination experience instead of the bird's nests from woodcutting, which are like good for seeds. Like, it's the only way to get like magic seeds, I think. Um, why would you want ever wisp? You can get memory shards again. Why? Yeah. So, just it exists for lore, and it was not super well thought out deeper than that. Anyways, unrelated. There's a quest up here called the Needle Skips. It's super cool. I recommend it. I don't think it's actually related to any timeline specifically. It's very similar to the Garden of Death from Old School RuneScape. It's like a translation language based quest. It's very cool. I like it a lot. Sometimes a skill should be a mini game, and I think divination is that. Like a skill exists only for like one specific purpose that should have just been like a mini game that did other things instead. Like dungeoneering is also like, did we need this to be a skill? Could this not just been like a reputation counter for doing dungeon delving or something? You know? It's tricky. Like that's something I've been thinking about for like adapting elements of RuneScape to a game. It's just like, what parts of this needs to be a skill, and what if this is just like a minigame or activity? Hey, casual manipulator. Yeah, ban that. Bye. My bot's still working? Yes. I mean, those are very strong opinions I've had about RuneScape I've not been able to express in a while. I still like it. It's still a good game. A lot of charm in it. A lot of the more recent stuff is RuneScape 3 has a lot like very queer stuff in it. It's pretty good. Like the whole fort I was in at the beginning, the like fort manager person you hire is non-binary. You can choose to be a duke, duchess, or a dux, which is I never knew it was a non-binary term for like duke, duchess, and whatnot. Which I'm not non-binary, but I like the term dux a lot more because duchess is a very loaded thing. So it's like I'd much rather have like the neutral title actually than the other two, um, which I just think is neat. In the bottom left, you can see I'm Dux Maya Reifger. No, Maya Reifger, because I've used up Reifger and Ada Reifger already on other characters. Um, I had an idea for a thing actually where it's like, if I had donations set up eventually, people could basically donate to be like, force me to play either old school RuneScape or RuneScape 3. Oh, it's not actually like it's not offensive to use. It's just the image of a duchess is stereotypically like haughty and like very bourgeoisie and like I assume shitty to trans people, but that's just an assumption I have a lot these days, honestly. It's just like I don't vibe with the term, and I think it's very cool that Dux has an X in it, and I think that's very cool. It's like, oh neat, I'll take that. Unless someone tells me it's appropriation, but I don't think it is. And then after doing some quests, your chef at the place ends up being definitely bisexual. Has been in a lot of relationships with women. I know it's just a character. It's just like it's a lot more expressive of people than it was before. That's the thing. It's like I feel like any royal title has that kind of like but it's like at least this royal title is like kind of innately anti-establishment because the existence of like non-binary identities and whatnot typically goes against most systems of power and whatnot, just because of the idea of being able to control people through like gender norms is very strong in society. Um, hey Europe, thanks for all the Enlightenment era shit that you did for like making science very structured and whatnot. You fucked over a ton of shit by doing that, y'all. Ugh. We burnt all the witches and got doctors instead who didn't know how to do anything. Ugh. There's an interesting history actually of how deeply Enlightenment era science was at first like, oh cool, intersex people, and then went like, actually, you're not really intersex. Technically, you're more like a guy or a girl actually. So this category doesn't exist anymore. And it's like, oh, it's all about putting people into boxes that define how they should behave, and then you can legislate around that, and using scientific terms to slowly basically say these are the only boxes and the other ones don't exist. And it's like, oh, cool. Y'all just fucking did that back then, didn't you? Like, oh, that explains a lot actually about modern society of like ways of controlling people via identity and denial of autonomy and whatnot. It's like, oh, hey, that all started back there. Yeah. So, yeah, oh my goodness. Fuck gender norms. Legit, so much of society's issue. I mean, it's gender norms, it's like norms around so many things with how you're supposed to behave in certain circumstances that just aren't good. I mean, like toxic masculinity is because men are pressured in a lot of ways to like act really shitty because it's like how they are accepted and like fit in ways. And it's like Sure, there's like an individual responsibility to like resist that, but you have an entire society, an entire upbringing being like, hey, you have to behave like this or else. And it's like, yeah, that's really tough on people who like are treated really badly. And like if they don't conform, they actually get a lot of shit in return. It's like not great. It's like obviously it's like the experience of being a woman or especially like a non-binary trans people person right now is like a lot more actively aggressive and like bad, but it's like there is definitely like a lot of like violence and like social pressure and stuff put on men, even if they try their best to like not be allies or care or anything like that. And it's just like, hey, this sucks so bad for everyone. Like we can argue about like severity for specific cases, but it's like no one enjoys this. Like it's bad. Please let people be free. Let men hold hands again because that used to be such a normal thing. Just because like being able to and not being forced one way or the other is just like, hey, can we all just be chill? Oh my goodness. Sadly, we could not all be chill. One day, somewhere. Hi, Pepper. I know I was yelling just now. It's okay, girl. Mom has not left. She has just left the house for a couple hours, and because you're a dog, you assume the absolute worst. I understand. But it's okay. If people could give trans people a break for about 10 years, I think that would not solve all problems, but I would appreciate it if people could just not for a little bit. Oh my goodness. But RuneScape is neat. A lot going on there. So yeah. And also, I mean, old school RuneScape also has some good stuff going for it for like inclusion. Like anytime you want, there's a guy you can go to who will just give you like pride flag sweaters and hats and stuff like that. They basically just like kept the pride event in permanently for that kind of thing. And I think that's pretty cool. You can just walk around with, honestly, a trans pride flag sweater looks really cute, and I want one in real life. Um, Now, the player base was kind of shitty about that, but I'm pretty sure the developers were very hard about, like, hey, all of you, fuck off, when they were trying to be shitty about that, so that's good. Legit, they had to institute a thing of, like, you can't light a fire near the event because people were trying to, like, do some racist shit, or, I mean, probably racist, just offensive shit with, like, trying to draw on the ground and whatnot. It's just like, hey, y'all, what the fuck are you doing? So, I do feel like the dev teams in general are pretty good for RuneScape. Um, and it definitely feels like there's a fair amount of creative freedom in a lot of ways for what they're making, which I appreciate that. I'm grateful for it. I feel like as long as they keep in a certain amount of microtransactions, I do feel like the devs here get to do mostly whatever they want, and they seem to be doing all right with that opportunity. Although this game's always been kind of interesting for like older stuff too, because like there's a quest where like you're trying to get into like a secret organization and like pass all of our trials, and one of them is like fight this guy who no man can defeat, and the solution is genuinely go to the transmog wizard and change your gender to female so you can fight this guy and kill him. And it's like that's from 2002. What the fuck? Literally, quest solution: trans your gender if not already a woman. It's like, hey, wait a minute, y'all. It's kind of based actually. And like the quest where the whole thing is like, yeah, this fucking white explorer guy stole my family shit because he thinks that if he goes to like the Karamja tropical part of the world, he can just do that and put it in a museum. So the whole quest is like, yeah, go steal this shit back, please. I took screen grabs of some of that stuff too because I was like, hey, you know what? Good stuff here, actually. No, all the oh, it's just for garbage, guys. Don't worry. Oh, all the dogs are in a huff. It's okay. I know you have so much anxiety. I do too, but it's okay, buddy. At least I am not scared of the trash truck. Yeah. Yeah, I think most of the archaeology you do in this game is with completely dead civilizations. I'm sure they would have contended with the idea of like giving artifacts back to like descendants of a civilization. I hope so. Actually, I'm curious now. Hang on. Can I? The collectors. Where are they? Well, all the Zerosians are pretty much dead, but there is a priest from them that you can give stuff to. The Samurai guys just kind of suck, honestly. Saradomin. Plenty of them around. Who's the dragon? Can't remember. Doop doop doo. Sladius. Yeah, I don't know how much there's like repatriation of artifacts to cultures properly in archaeology. I mean, one of the things is like the gods are real in this, so like you can't just be like, hey, all this Zamaraki and stuff. Let me just get this Zamorak. Wait, no, he burned my house down last week. Fuck that guy. So like a lot of it's like very fresh memories for everyone. Which eventually I will work through my quest list and get to that. Um, right now though, I have a lot of quests to do. Oof. Oh, isn't that the one that's No, hang on, where's the one where you help the lesbian couple with their anniversary gift? Oh, where is it? Boop -a -doop -a -doo. Heartstealer? Yeah, there's a quest where you just help a lesbian couple with with an anniversary gift by doing mini crimes. It's very fun actually. I like that. Okay. Yeah, it's good. Again, like I said, like there's a lot of good stuff in this. Ironically, one issue with Old School RuneScape would be because of the whole players have to vote on everything thing, tyranny of the masses kinds of means that they really cannot as easily just force that through on the players and be like, hey, y'all grow up, fuck off, we're having lesbians now. Because like it has to be a majority vote, and a lot of people will just not vote for it or say other things are the reason why we're not voting for it. And it's like you just don't want lesbians. I get it. Um, which unfortunate, but although honestly, I really do wonder how many people who play old school RuneScape, because like I'm sure a lot of young boys who played old school RuneScape are now very proud older women who probably would enjoy seeing that in the game. So maybe I'm casting dispersions, and I should not. Maybe the majority would be up for that. They don't add a lot of quests though. They're very again because like it's a very slow development process because of the whole voting thing. So you don't get a lot of quests added into old school RuneScape. So it's a much slower development cycle than RuneScape 3. But yeah, it's also neat just for like you get to see like two evolutions of how a game could have evolved and changed. Because really it's just like forking off from 2007 and going, what if we didn't do evolution of combat? What if we didn't do all this other stuff? But like old school RuneScape has a fossil island. Yeah, gamers are just the worst. Like old school RuneScape, it has like like it's like the thing is way back when like when they did the dig site quest in like 2006, the impetus is we found a cool island north of Mauritania. We should go look for it. I mean, you have to dig so you can be allowed to do it. So, in the DNA of both games was, hey, there's an island up here to go explore. And so they both did that differently. We got dinosaurs here, and the other one was like a wyvern fossil island that's really good for living in combat, actually. Um, so it's interesting just to see like where there were common ideas because the lore and the writing of the game like implied it. They did like make different things. And then there was also the whole like 2 new continents basically got added to Old School RuneScape as well. So like, there's actually a lot of like content in that game. Yeah, actually, now we're gonna think about like the thing is, a lot of it is new content, not continuations. So like, there's the classic like Forgettable Tale of a Drunken Dwarf, where it's like, oh, there's a chaos army of dwarves being made by Zamorak and all this other stuff. Like, what's going on? Oh no. Or like Death of a Dorgashun, which ends up with like, oh, how does this continue to resolve? And Old School RuneScape largely has not resolved or continued those stories. And I think it's a shame because I genuinely like, hey, I do want to know what happens next. Um, and RuneScape Free has, additional content. In some cases, because of a timeline and the timing of things, there's an assumption. I think there's an assumption of like, well, we don't want you to do that because that makes you more like new RuneScape. And so kind of like a keeping to the old prevents some of that stuff from like not being added, but even just like developed and thought about. I don't know. There's definitely a lot that's just like, where's the rest of it, you know? And I do look forward to maybe eventually getting the rest of it. Because the formula is very strong for RuneScape. It's very unique. A lot of people love it. I love it. They just need to make more of it, please. Wait, I need more arrowheads again. Ugh, so many arrowheads. Do I have enough mithril? No. Yeah, this fort, you build all of it. When you get here, there's not even walls. It's just like crumbled and bad. It's neat. I like it. I wish this game had a bit more like. Actually, wait, one second, one second. Another thing that's like, how is it still like this? Um, the year is 2006. Player-owned housing is added to the game. The year is 2025. It's the exact same. The Sims has done nothing to motivate changes in the development and environment of how this works. One new thing is there's like a bathysphere thing now for aquarium. I haven't done enough of that yet to actually see it though. But yeah, just where is where's the stuff? And this is the building mode. You can see all this stuff can be put down. It's one of those weird oddities of just. Did no one ever want to just change this? Update it? Let the player customize a bit more? No? It's kind of like, honestly, it's funny. Construction, like this aspect of construction, besides like 4 rooms or so that are like very good utility. Like I think this lets you get free teleports around the place, though. With this, I don't know if you actually really need those. Um, Something for recovering prayer and other things, but also it's like you don't really need that either. Um, it's just it needs some love. Now, construction has a use. I mean, construction is useful. The entire fort I was just in, construction is how you make that. there's contracts you can do to build stuff in the world as well to help people out. It doesn't really change the world, but it's like it's something you're doing, kind of. That's nice. Um, ooh, but just like, please, I want more from this. I want this to be what my little kid brain thought it was when I was a child. Which honestly, that's a lot of my feelings for a lot of stuff like The Sims 2 on DS and all those games. It's just like I want to see the version of this that I thought it was when I was a kid and didn't know better. That's a request I will scream out into the night for certain. Okay, you ready? This is when I go to the bathroom. I'll be back in a little bit. Actually, wait, I should put a message up. I should really just make a new message there so I can. I formatted the other one so well, but I have to remember. Oh wait, do I have a bathroom break already? Not that one. Text. Bathroom text. Um, okay. Font. Much smaller. Comic Sans. Oh, nope. Please? No, I have to select from a list. There we go. Okay. Do. Outline. Outline, black. There we go. That is so fuzzy from being small, but oh well. Yeah, back in just a minute. Y'all enjoy yourselves. Oh, I'm not even halfway done yet. Oh. Yeah, this one takes a while. They changed how smithing works between old school RuneScape and this one, so that there's like a heating bar and whatnot. Luckily, Mithril is fast enough that I don't have to worry about the heating at all. But I'm just gonna go stretch my legs a little bit and give it another 3 minutes or so, I suppose. Maybe find something to eat. I'm a little bit hungry. You all continue to be good. Thought I'd be done by now. Oops. Oh, it's still not done? I like did some dishes real quick and like got myself a snack. Oh wow, no wonder. I mean, I was really just like distracted by like a video I'm watching while I'm doing this part, huh? Should probably make my schedule for today. I forgot to do that earlier. Let's go with my brain. Let's see what time is it. 9:40. Today is Friday. Let's see. Yeah. Well, at least it's automatic. Let's see. We have an early lunch because I'm kind of hungry. So I do some coursework after that. It's early in the day. There we go. Fletching is not the most engaging, but it's definitely not the worst skill. And they added a thing that means I get to do something for, as a result of doing all of this, I'll do it. Basically, they added a thing for like, there's chests that contain like gathering resources. Oh, the brake's gone. Put that in there. There we go. Oh, hi, Mr. Boy. Did you wake up? Just as I'm trying to write something in my lap? Okay, come on. That's basically a nice little bit of time to figure it out. Come on. There you go. Good boy. Or good lad. Good boys for dogs. Good lad is for cats. Mr. Hyde is here, as he is also in chat. He is many things. A spectacle. Do do do. Yeah, buddy? Nope, you don't want to settle down? Yeah, bud? No? Okay. No, you want to be in the most inopportune spot as possible, huh? Uh, yeah, I think that's good for today. Hey, buddy. As in, for plans. No, don't eat that, man. Stop, buddy. What are you doing? Oh, my cat. There is not enough space for you here, man. What are you... Get on my lap, come on. Just come here. Don't knock stuff over. There we go. But yeah, so, fletching is how you upgrade the container for the wood you get. Basically, so here's the half of thinking. I want to do the port stuff. I need stats at 90. Construction can level kind of fast if you do the right thing. To level up construction, Fort for Renfrey is a good way of doing that because you build all of this stuff. The next thing to build for Fort for Renfrey needs mahogany planks to do it. So I need to be able to farm a bunch of mahogany or cut it down. The best way of doing that is to have the wood chest that lets me store like 5 inventories full of it in one go. So I need to level up fletching to 60 so I can make the better mahogany chest, so I can wood cut it, so I can build the fort, to level construction, so I can do the port stuff. And also get more passive upgrades from the fort in general. That's the kind of ADHD thing my brain loves, is like that, like accordion expansion of a problem to an eventual solution. It's like, ah, my brain, it likes this. Unfortunately, the solution is fletching needs to be leveled up, so. There's probably a quest I could do that would help with this, just because I get experience from doing quests, but I'm probably gonna just do this one later, before the stream ends, because this has a sliding tile puzzle in it, I remember. Anyways, I got myself a little snack. What is this? It is Drizzlicious mini rice cakes with birthday cake icing and sprinkles on. Puffed rice crackers. Hey, buddy, don't get Mr. Hyde. Please, buddy, work with me. There we go. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, bud. You just don't want to... Okay, fine. You know. If I move this... Hide. Come on, buddy. Hide. There's space for you now. We can make room for you. Hide, you don't want this snack. It is not for you, buddy. Come on, man. Are you gonna knock stuff down? I get no respect from my cat. So now is when I would definitely be like watching a video on my second monitor. To which I might actually start doing that because it's just, you know, this is the game right now. It's, all about running around talking about the game and whatnot, and at the end of it, it's like this unique revolutionary MMO experience is like, well, it's this while a cat bats at your hand for trying to use your own keyboard. Hey, you know what, man? Where's your... There it is. Ugh! Live on stream, cutting my cat's claws because he's gotten kind of sharp while I was away in Montreal for a couple days. Pepper, sorry girl, but you were underneath my chair. Come on, buddy. If I had a webcam that I used, he clicked my mouse. Bastard. Well, I think they're streamer friendly in the respect of I have to do very little. I can just talk and like vibe and fade out. I don't gotta worry about nothing. I can cut my cat's claws while doing this. If I had a webcam, you'd see my cat in a very ungraceful position right now. Oh, that's a sharp one. Cool. Less scars now. When I had my cat early on, I could not find nail clippers for the life of me because I did not realize a vet would have them. If I had to go to like a pet store specifically, I blame America for this. Oh, is that the quick? No, I don't think that's gonna be the quick. Hey. Yeah, it wasn't your quick, buddy. It's okay. That was closer to quick, but was that the quick? So his claws were very sharp. I don't think his previous owners were very good about that either. So one day while I was streaming, because I used to stream 5 years ago or so, he just ripped open the back of my hand really bad. And I was like, well, I have to stop now because, ow. And like, he was just playing. Like, that wasn't even like him being mean. It was just him playing. But like, he was just so sharp that it was like, well, accidentally, he just tore open the back of my hand with his little claws. Which, ouch. So these days, I'm very glad to be able to... Yeah, buddy? Oh, I know, buddy. You hate this so much. Especially because you ripped out one of these claws once going down the stairs. And you hate me touching them now. And that one's shedding a little bit. That's weird. It's okay, buddy. I know it's almost done, though. You're trying to hide your claws with your tail so I can't see it. Now, Hyde is very good about this, though. He'll nip a little bit, but he does not like scratch and claw and like struggle too much. He's very polite. I must give him the credit for. Now one second. He needs a treat for being good. I know, buddy. Yeah? You want to bat on my hand while I'm trying to give you treats, buddy? Here. There's some treats. Okay, man, you're acting like I don't feed you. That you're being a bit silly. They're just treats, man. He was like going... Ugh, mad about that. Okay. Cat sorted. Dog's now investigating because something's happening in here. Fletching momentarily stopped, but we'll get back to it. Oh, I already used up all my... I don't think this is the best, like, fast method for leveling fletching, but it's the one that's convenient. I mean, what, I can make maple? I would need a bunch of... Yeah, Chemo, what's up, buddy? I would need a bunch of, Do I have maple logs? Maybe I could just do some fletching instead of doing arrows. Oh, let's try it. All of these animals are in such a huff. My goodness. What was I doing? I was going to get out maple logs, which I have. I got like 70 of them, yeah. Now the other thing you can do, besides making arrows, is make a bunch of these. I got a treasure hunter key at random. Nice. I can use that to buy gay stuff, if I'm lucky. Hyde, are you pouting in there? I think he's having a pout. Poor boy. It's so hard being him. Let's see. We took out 12, and we took out 12. Good thing I made out a bowstring back in Burfort. Oh, actually, the other thing, if you've played this way back when, that's gonna be weird. You don't start in Lumbridge anymore. You start in Burthorpe. It's really weird to me still that, like, you know, you do the tutorial, and also the tutorial. When I played this last time, it was a tutorial island. The time before that, it was like this instant small narrative adventure on a random island that you never go back to. It was weird. But now it's just tutorial island again, which makes the quest you do over here weird for like going to a sunken version of it, because it's not on the map anymore. They removed it. But yeah, you start up here now, not in Lumbridge. It's weird. There's a whole system for getting you acquainted with all your stats and skills and whatnot too. Are these worth anything? Eh, not really. I think they're worth less than a bowstring I used to make it. Oh, a little bit more. Okay. Let's see. 10 and 1. Oh, that goes in weapons. 10 and 2. Is this any good? I mean, what? I'd be doing all of this for like 700 experience. Chemo. Don't like me, buddy. Come on. Thank you. I don't think it's sufficient either. Well, I did it. I don't think it was a good idea, though. Oh. Ah, you know what? Let's go do something else for a minute. There's no reason not to. Let me get some lobsters on me. Let me put those away for real. Put them away, please. It does not always go to the right bank slot sometimes for that. Pull out some rope. And let's go to a place where dogs get angry at you. Because I want to do a sliding tile puzzle. And this is the best way to go do one right now. Actually, Hyde, where did your little toy go? I gotta find his stuff. Alligator. Oh, I almost forgot! Wait a minute. The game makes you get rid of these randomly, and it's really annoying. Here we go. They added a new quest a couple weeks ago. You get a duck for it. It's so small. I also have this from the archaeology. Game. There we go. Dogs. Am I sure enough to be... Yes, they were... Hey! 69 combat level. Can't get any stronger. We call that nice. In our language. Anyways, I have to invoke an ancient curse and get fucked up by it. 1 second. I assume that's readable on there. I hope so. If not, let me know and I'll start speaking for them. But there you are. Top of the list of one. He tagged me. Oh, bye, man. So this is a quest in RuneScape. They're all kind of like this, honestly. Uh, an E, L, D, O, Eldo, Reldo. Right, the guy you do all the cool school stuff with. I think it's faster to do this to get to him. Archaeology campus. It's funny, you don't actually have to do dig site to unlock archaeology. You'd think you would have to, but you don't. You just get to do it. Ah, divination memories. How tragic. Yeah, Varag is also sometimes weird to look at compared to, because like they've added a lot of quests in this area, but it's still just like, but all of this looks so classic. Like the visual style doesn't really match anymore sometimes, but I've talked about that enough. Oh, in the last leagues, this place was so good. One of the cheats you got for that league in OSRS was pickpocketing never failed and would auto continue. Note, in old school RuneScape, if you pickpocket somebody, you have to manually click again to pickpocket them again. It does not just like keep doing it until you fail. It can take a very long time. Reldo, where are you? Did he leave? Wait, what the fuck? Where is he? Oh, there he is. So you would get a feeling it's like thieving always works. It auto continues. You can never fail thieving, and it steals if everybody of the same type in like an 8x8 block around you. So the castle roof of Varrock has so many guards, you would just steal there for like hours and just power level thieving so easily. It was very fun. Again, if the league is up, play it. You just get to cheat basically, and it's so much fun. And they keep making it different every time too. Oh no! I'm as good as dead? How good's dead? Oh, they ever moved from like the census? I'm taking my stuff off. Oh, hey, what's up, Posty Pete? So much needed levity. That's a Camdozal. OSRS has a unique area they added that's actually for free to play like, underneath Ice Mountain. For Camdozal, a cool dwarven city that's for the Imkondo dwarves who have mostly died out except for the guy like down here. And actually, there's also Camdo dwarves in my ghost city. Boop. Anyways, I have to take all my shit off, unfortunately. Yeah. And that's it. to Lumbridge. Actually, hey, while I'm in Lumbridge, while I'm there for 2 seconds. Lumbridge teleport, Willow, cook a lobster. Do I have a raw lobster? Please have a raw lobster. I do. Do I have any willow logs? Yes. And the other one, I already forgot what it was. Lumbridge teleport, which I think is air, rock, right? It's the same as home teleport, isn't it? No, it's free air. One of the archaeology boons you can get is all these teleport spells are free to cast. They don't give you experience though. I really want that boon, honestly. Mobility is so nice. I did it! And now I can also, on top of the guardhouse, I assume that's this part. I stole the statue that went there, just so people know. Light the willow logs. Gucci. And let's not burn a lobster, please. Whew. Burnt the first one. Hey, I did it. I did all the medium tasks. I'm cool and based and awesome and good at video games. Hey man, I have to cry in front of you. I'm sorry this is gonna be weird. Um, where is Panic? Ah! Oh, where is there dead people? That's kind of fucked up. Can't zoom in. Dramatic backstory. Oh, I can never do latitude shit. Longitude, whatever. Yeah, that guy definitely stole his possessions. How do I do this again? Isn't there an item you can get that tells you your position? No, I have to go pick up the ring anyways from the explorer guy. Maybe he can pepper. You amp yourself up so much. I'm not encouraging this kind of level of energy, girl. Oh, I got some money from him. Thanks. Oh, where's the medium event diary guy? Is it? Wait, who is the medium event diary? They changed it so it's like, oh, I need to hydrate so much more too. It's a curse for all of us. Who's the? Oh, Ned does it. Yeah, for some reason they made like multiple NPCs give these things out. Hey, can you no. Oh God, who's the person that helps you with? Pepper, settle down, girl. I don't want to just look it up. I do not remember who does this. Can you give me a sextant? No, I know how to use the game. Oh, this Cool Scroll does it. We're at 131, 2452. Oh, it's like right next to us then. Is it just over here? Yeah. It's one of those words. 103, 25.7. So, over here? $58, 25.01. Wait, 25.01. Oh, so it's gonna be. Oh, is this fair? Yeah. Sextant. 54, 24.56. Is it in the conspicuous gap in the graves? Yes. Don't mind the fact that the swamp has a horror of hands over there. Can't believe you're digging up graves, man. Only I get to do that when I'm asked to for a quest. Couldn't you have just robbed the casket before the burial? Obsidian jewelry? Why, I bet it's not even cursed. It was very cursed. Hey, my hat's gone. You don't get to see my face. Oh, because I didn't put my equipment back on after. Right. Oh, my head's been showing this entire time. One sec. Wait, do I have to show this to the guy? It's locked. Oh. Okay. Well, I know that's Remington. Also well named for a 12-year-old. Yeah, you think if you're the Undertaker and you're asked, like, hey, here's a chest of valuables to put in the grave, you could just pop that open before you buried it, maybe, man. Anyways, I can put armor back on, I'm pretty sure, so let me just get my hat on. Do-do-do. Ah, so much better. Wonderful item, this one. You know what it does? It just lets enemies drop bones. It auto banks them for you. Mmm. Convenience. I am looking for a ring and I do not remember where it is. Asylum Doctor's ring, I think, right? Yeah. I need 85 for that. Oh yeah, if you do the Resident Evil quest, you get these rings that are pretty good actually for general purposes. No, extra 7 damage bonus and everything's nice. Can I talk to the Duke about the fact that someone stole his wife's burial stuff? Is that allowed? Let's find out. Hey man. Let me use this on you. It's a different one. Okay. Well, it's Remington. So the next clue is somewhere over here. It's a bit vague. So everything I'm doing, like, there are clue scrolls in the game that is just like part of it, and you just do this. You just like solve a bunch of random clues. Um, so here's the issue. There is no information on what to do now, is there? Uh, is it the well? No. Is it Peter? Is it the witch? I think she's in here. Hey Hattie, can you help me? No. Okay. Um. No, this is the quest for that. I doubt it's you. Is it over here? Is there an inexplicable interaction I can do in this place? No. Is it Hengel? He wouldn't give me anything free. I'm very sad. Me with my 3.8 million gold. Oh, also, the economy, inflation happened to RuneScape for sure. It is funny how much stuff costs compared to how much money you now get super easily. No, it's not in here. Oh. You can solve the next step of the clue somewhere over here. Hey, how about you? What about you? Nope, nothing happens. Nope, okay. Could it be the crafting? Maybe the guy can break open the lock for me. Don't destroy that. That's a quest item. Can you open this? Can I talk to you? No. Could it be the archer? Nothing happens. Could it be the customs agent? Sorry, the customs sergeant? I was hoping something would. Maybe I'm under arrest. Fuck off, man. Well, it is farther north, I guess, if we're assuming centralized. Maybe it's over in the mining area. I think all that was too far south. Could it be over here? take this shovel? No. Am I missing like... No, I don't think it really points to anything on there. Maybe it is one of the construction guys. Butterfly. No, probably not you. No, I need quest help. So here's the thing about RuneScape quests. Adventure games, classic style, you just get this shit sometimes. Where it's like, what am I supposed to do? Well, there's blood on the field there. Maybe it's this? Is the field special? Do I pick some wheat? Blood in the Field would be a good band name. Or like a good documentary about like outdoor hockey. What is Recluse Scroll Fiends again? You can emote at random stuff, give things to a person. I don't want to have to look it up, but I might have to look it up. Maybe just dig in the middle of the place. Something oddly eerie. Some mushrooms. There's that guy's whole thing. How noticeable is this supposed to be, I wonder? I was promised a sliding tile puzzle, not this shit. Oh, you know what they say. RS3, you are it. An intermediate bottle quest. It's a bottle quest. Reldo, grave digging. Oh. See, that's always the thing. It's like, why would I have thought to do that? What was the connective tissue here? I like the visuals of that place. That's pretty cool. House is full of adventurers, same quest as you. They are all dead, and soon you will be too. On the bookshelves where I lay, seek me out, you will pay. Don't let the trees attack you on the way. Oh, I know exactly where that is. Trees attacking me? Not Varrock, I fucked up. Draenor. You want to talk about kid me thinking about going into Draenor Manor and being scared of it? Not least because to leave you have to go around the back and it uses up all your run energy. And it used to be that this home teleport I use every 5 seconds was a half-hour recharge rate. There was a reason you couldn't get around too easily. Also, you could only ever home teleport back to Lumbridge. Yeah, run energy was like significant because it was just so much of how you interact with the game fundamentally. What did that say again? Same quest as you, the dead on a bookshelf. A bookshelf in here. Yeah, every half hour. You could change it to Falador if you did a bunch of quests. Where's a bookshelf in here? Is there a bookshelf in here that I can search? There's Ava. That's a bookcase. The Blind Forest. An old necklace? Oh, I'll wear it. Oh, I never put my other necklace back on, did I? Scanning. Northwest. Faldriven, let's say. Like, when I play old school RuneScape, I still try to batch quests together. So, like, I'm gonna go to a place and do something. I try to do, like, everything I can in that area because it is not trivial to get around. Did I go too far? Oh, right click scan. Really? Still northwest? Damn. Is it just back where we started? Is it near Sue's village? Are we almost at my sliding tile puzzle? Please? S'il vous plaît? Danish does not have a word for please. It's kind of indicative of a general vibe. Yeah, I think it's just where I met him. You gotta go back to the start. Yeah, it's gonna be in there. Come on. Squeeze for. Ah, these dogs. Head south. And let me orient this properly. Head west. Is it this crate? When you say ask for fiends, what do you mean by that? Rope. Oh, so yeah, I already forgot I said that. Yeah. Well, a lot of Danish is very context based and very like, and I think it's also just like a kind of very to the point kind of thing. Um, I think there's like a convoluted phrase for it, or no, that's how you say thank you is a convoluted phrase. Yeah, I think it's just a very direct language in a lot of ways. A vision. Dude, why are you robbing the girl? Why is he buried here? He died in Mauritania. Man, you do not want to steal from some people. Like, what are you doing? Yeah, he took the one that's the like orb that's super important to the lore of RuneScape, I remember. Dude, you have to save your third one to undo the first two. What are you doing? We're gonna honor your wishes in the most fucked up way possible, buddy. Never take wishes from a genie. Especially when you robbed his tomb, dude. He's important to the history, like the lore of the game, but when you first meet him, it's like, yeah, here's his ring. It helps you lie to people better. Um, you got it by helping a guy make a Frankenstein. Cool. Maybe. I haven't played much Morrowind, but I could believe that there'd be some similar vibes there. What happened to Gary? Uh-huh. Yeah, it's you. Okay. Don't claim the right one. Don't claim the wrong one. Can't ask for help. I'll just look around for a minute. You got any of those sliding tile puzzles around here I could, I mean, I know which one's the right one, but I need to, I think, go for the motions first. Is that glitter? No, it's the candles. Hey, do you have a sliding tile puzzle for me? Oh, what about over here? Well, hang on a second. Give me a puzzle. And I know there's a thing in here I'm supposed to do. Cause, I mean, what the notion would be the stone, but out there. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you read the diary, it's like the stone. It's like, well, I guess this one's the stone is like that. Otherwise, it's like a cabbage, some crowns. Uh, yeah, it's the only key word I think from the whole thing that really matches. Boop. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm right. And if I'm not, I fucked up. Smash it. So I threw it on the ground. Yay! That's an important item in the lore. You don't find out until this quest, though, not really. I did this quest 3 years ago and I remembered the solution. That's what I did. Bye, have fun eating people in hell somewhere else. Can I please have a sliding tile puzzle already? Jade shards? What? Okay. Oh, I do need to be able to tell where. So here's the thing about sliding tile puzzles. Also, this is really small on the screen, isn't it, huh? Um, they are solvable by you always just do the top and leftmost row, get that solved, and now you have a smaller puzzle to solve, and you're good to go. The basic conceit behind it is rotations. So it's just like you have this like little spiral thing you can do of like, well, I have this spot and I can rotate these around to move them. You then have to think of it as not just 2x2s, but like 2x3 ranges as well, which allows you to like do an internal rotation along the way to move them around each other. And that's basically it. Because by and large, you can always just slot in the correct pieces in the like top and left, and then when you get to the last one on the edge, you just get the two pieces here, you get the rotation appropriate, and then you just like do that 2x3 or 2x2 rotation and get into spot. Unfortunately, you do have to be able to tell where the fuck it's supposed to be is the one issue, because like this is a very hard to parse visual. And also, it's always the bottom right that's usually the empty spot, so you gotta also like always have the square of the puzzle anchored by the bottom right, so it's always top and left rows to get in place. It's a bit of sky there. I am having trouble parsing this visually. I think that, I don't think that, does that go there? No, okay, that's right, because that's fair. Which means we need a corner of a tree facing to the left. Where is a tree in this? I cannot tell. Oh no, it is just that one. Okay, hang on. Underneath that would be... You can also take advantage of the fact that they usually make these solvable in like 20 moves, but unless you have the solution in front of you, it's kind of hard to like cheat that all the way out. And now the missing piece in the bottom left corner is something. I don't know. Is it this one? I have to do the thing I just mentioned because I have to do that to test whether it's right. Uh, bit of rock in the top right. Is it? No, 'cause I think that is part of the cage. Ah, it's that piece. There we go. Okay, so if I can remember how to do this properly. Basically, we have a rotation of like sequential nature where we have this piece in front of this piece and it needs to be the other way around. So, we basically have to bring this around so that... Yeah, there we go. As long as this is the right piece, it should just be... Oh, 1 second. There we go. Yep, there we go. So that's the puzzle now made into a 4x4 instead of a 5x5. So now you can just force through most of it, and then that last bit in the corner just requires the 2x3 trick to get the rest into place. And that's how you solve these. Where is a bit with a tree in it? Well, it's gonna be the guy in front of the tree, isn't it? Okay, there's that piece. No. Yes. Funnily enough, that's actually all in the right spot, except I need the piece that goes there, which looks like it's this. There we go. I love learning algorithms for how to solve puzzles. It's so satisfying. What piece goes here? I think it's that one. Which means exact same thing. Or rather like that. go. Not quite. I don't think that goes there. Yeah, there we go. Is that correct for that spot? Yeah, that's correct for that spot. Dee -dee 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 -dee. Is that right for you, though? No. Yes. Wait, is it? No. No, that's the piece that goes there. So what goes... That goes there. Which means bring that back slightly. Rotate that into position. Bring all of those around. Good. Then exact same thing. Like that. Oh, no, got that backwards. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Because I need that to just be in front of it. So... And I'm being a little bit silly right now. I need to move that one so that it is here. I think like that. Yeah, there we go. Should do it. Okay. And that's a puzzle solved. Wow, 300 air runes. Helmet might be worth something though. Yeah, 1.4 million. And then we have a clue scroll, and these are all going to be just normal. I shouldn't have opened that actually because I don't want to cloud up my inventory. Yeah, I mean, this I can sell this for money, but yeah, the air runes, yeah. Well, I had fun and I got to show off that I know how to solve those, so hell yeah. I like thinking in rotations, but also when you realize that it's always the same, like, you can just force any piece into position, and then when you're on the edge, it's just like, oh, you just do the exact same, like, get the two pieces close to each other in the corner, rotate them around a little bit like that, and then it's like a 2x3 cycle. It's like, oh, this is actually pretty easy. I have learned the secrets of a puzzle that a lot of people don't like. Yeah, kind of. Is it like a one-sided? How would a one-sided Rubik's Cube work? It's an interesting philosophical question I have posed to myself based on what you said. Huh. Sounds fun. And that necklace still right. I gotta run around and okay, so that's a thing we can do now is look for the necklace's stuff. So that's another activity. Let's see. Probably I should wrap up soon because I gotta go feed my dogs in a little bit. And then do some education, eat some food, all that good stuff. And then just play more RuneScape because that's pretty much what I'm doing right now. There's actually a quest that's very much like that, Vormir. It's really weird. It's which one is it? It's a very old quest as well, so it's a bit clunky to do, but it has like a very weird movement style of like I mean basically it's just like the idea of like if you move all the tiles in a row at once instead of just like one by one by one by one. And it counts like number of actions you take to solve the puzzle by like width or vertical movements. Ah, where are they? I know they were in here. That was Elemental Workshop 3. That's the one. It's a really weird sliding tile puzzle that you're timed on, more or less. That it's really interesting. I don't think it needed a timer, but that's because I was one move away from winning it, and I ran out of moves, and I was like, fuck off. So close. Anyways, I know, it's just like, y'all, it's like realizing that Mario doesn't need lives. Like, you don't need to have a life counter that ends the game and just sends you back to where you were anyways. It's like, we don't need this mechanic, actually. I'm not putting quarters into RuneScape, and then more quarters gets me whatever. This is an unnecessary mechanic. I should... Well, I guess fletching. 70,000 more experience, though. Well, I got my sliding tile puzzle in there. But yeah, realizing you can just make the puzzle smaller and smaller, and that it's trivial until the two edge points where you have to do the 2x3 cycle kind of thing to reorient them in order. It's like, oh, okay, this is actually like relatively easy to solve. And I just really remember the idea that like they're bad from a couple people I've watched play, not this game, but like other games in general, and just been like, not always the most imaginative, but at the very least, like, it works. There's a way to approach it. But also, if you don't know how to approach it, it is just mind-numbing and just like, what is going on? So I respect that. Puppy girl? I know. 20 minutes and I'll feed you. Please don't wag your tail so hard you break. Hey, please. I'm not one to be licked, girl. I'm out of coal. Shit. Gotta get more. I do appreciate having, like, the storage in the furnace for all of your ores and bars and whatnot, but trying to retrieve them, because, like, an old quest needs an iron bar, not from your storage. It's kind of annoying. You can't just go to the bank to access them. You have to go to a furnace specifically. And it's just like, this is a little clunky. I wish this was better. But that's just me griping. The thing is, this game works and is built on inconvenience. Because a lot of the game's routing and difficulty is, well, how do I do X when that's made difficult for weird reasons? Or knowing that it's so hard to do Y, I need to route and plan around that. And it's just, I like that element. I mean, some things are a pain. It's just like, this is bad user interface, this is bad design, stuff like that. Some of it inherited, some of it new. And other times it's just like, the game is made by the fact that it is so hard to get to other places sometimes that you do like really like reckon with like, because like traveling's like, that's actually gonna be like 20 minutes to get there. And I'm gonna like use up all my ride energy and then have to like walk. And just like, ugh. Especially playing like an Iron Man account where you can't just buy stuff off the exchange or trade with other players. It's like, you have to do everything yourself. You want to do Tai Buono Trio so you can do the mahogany trees in Karamja? Guess what? You need 65 fishing so you can get the Coambron fish you need for that quest. Otherwise, you could just buy them off the market. It's a different experience in a way that I like my current account in Old School RuneScape is Iron Man because I want that challenge. It's very much a self-inflicted thing of like not being able to just like, well, what I would like ideally is a thing called Bronze Man, where you can only use the Grand Exchange for items if you have gotten them before. So like once you have gotten one of this thing, Now you can use the Grand Exchange to buy it. I like that as a compromise because it's like, well, you have to go, you have basically you have to do everything in the game once, at least. And then once you've done it, you can let other people like take the load off of you. But unfortunately, that's not actually built into the game properly. It's a RuneLite extension. So effectively, you could just turn it off whenever you wanted and just ignore it. But Iron Man is the official mode that like actually like limits you properly, and it just I'm someone who enjoys doing everything from scratch myself. Like, it's like not summoning help in Dark Souls or Elden Ring bosses. It's making my own graphics library, making my own PNG tuber software type stuff. It's just like I have a penchant and I enjoy doing that kind of thing for whatever reason. So Iron Man speaks to me because it's like, yeah, actually play every part of the game. It's like, ooh, this is gonna like be really painstaking, but also it there's more game. You actually get to do it. It's why I'm not a fan of all the lamps you get from the like treasure stuff in this, the treasure trail stuff, the keys you get, because they skip playing the game. However, I want the wings and the rainbow trail, so I'm not playing Iron Man on this because I also want to be able to sell stuff on the market and make a bunch of money. Yeah, it's a middle ground, you know? I want the satisfaction of playing other people to an extent, so I have to self-impose a, like, do stuff myself mentality. You know, I'm making my own fun by putting artificial restrictions in that satisfy me specifically that are not present in the game. You can do group Iron Man, though, where, like, you and up to 8 players, I think, are, like, in a group. So you can trade between each other, but you can't trade the rest of the game. And that, I think, is an interesting way to go about it, too, for, like, players specializing in different ways. I like that idea. It's cool. Because, I mean, ideally, like, everybody eventually gets all of their stuff leveled anyways. But, along the way, you know, I'm gonna do mining specifically so that we can get rune stuff sooner, like all that kind of stuff. Um, it's like a nice way to go about it. All my numbers. Anyways, we're back to Fletching. That makes sense. In some ways, I have thought before, like, RuneScape is a game you have to have grown up with and have brainworms about. I don't really think that's true, actually. I think RuneScape, old school RuneScape or modern RuneScape, both have a lot of value innately as very unique experiences, video game wise, that you don't really get in a lot of places. And I think that's like fundamentally valuable in a way that can't go away. Um, but also, it is built on grind. It is built on hours spent just getting your numbers up, which is why Leagues is good. Leagues also has experience boost, so like you just fly through the game in Leagues. It's really nice. Um, but yeah, if you're not down for the number get bigger, or the like, it's not quite spreadsheet like Path of Exile, like use a spreadsheet to optimize the game, but there is like routing and just like I want X, so I have to do A through Z to get there. That stuff I love. I'm just satisfied. It keeps my brain busy. Um, and also because it's like complicated planning, and then the actual execution is simple to a point that's like satisfying. I don't know. There's something to it. It caught my brain as a child, and it still does now. Except for divination. What the fuck? Dungeoneering is kind of fun to do, should not be a skill. Summoning should be have a different way to level itself that actually involves using it. Archaeology and necromancy are good. Anyways, complete non-sec, whatever. But yeah, and I totally get that. It, I find that if the right person playing it is chill, it's very good background for me as well. It's a very satisfying thing to watch someone just play while I'm doing something else. But not the main focus though, because like, unless I mean, I don't know how interesting I've been talking about game design and like all this about the game and whatnot the whole time. But like, I guess if they're like doing that kind of thing, but it's like sometimes it's like, I want the experience I had as a kid of sitting on a chair next to my brother at the computer as he plays RuneScape and I just watch. Which, when you're like 6 years old, it's like you spend time with your family members and whatnot, and it's like, watching someone else play a video game you like and whatnot. And it's like, I still enjoy that quite a bit. Obviously, I don't just do that, but it's like something about that is kind of satisfying, just watch someone else experience that. So, whatever point I'm trying to make, I like RuneScape. That's my 3-hour stream just so I can say I like this game. I like both of them too. They're both good. I have criticisms for both as well, so it's not like one is better than the other. They're both distinct entities that have they're they're twins who each parent got one of the kids into divorce, and they grew up into different people who had a common root. And you can play both of them with the same subscription. So someday if I get donations set up and just people watching, I might do a thing where people can pay $10 to make me switch between old school RuneScape and RuneScape 3, and then for like, I don't know, $200 or something, make me just restart the account completely. Because it's like, I think that'd be fun to also just like burn through the first 20 hours of RuneScape a bunch. Like just really burn through that early like fast leveling everything going on kind of thing, and just like really get acquainted with like that early game. And also potentially have people give me money for it too, if that's a thing people are interested in. Now, obviously, this account, I'm not going to burn this account, but like, if I was doing that at some point specifically, it'd be like, I would make like burners so that. I think there's a thing about not having multiple accounts, but it's more like, don't play them at the same time, because like, there's no way to restart in RuneScape, I don't think. Is there, hang on, is there like a character thing you. I can like pick my characters in the thing, but can I add new characters? Because I would also have to add like buy a subscription each time too, which is a problem. But hang on. I have to log into the. Come on. Work with me here. Two-factor authentication. What if somehow OBS starts capturing my browser out of nowhere? And people can see my verification code. Actually, fucked up thing. I can't see the game or the OBS right now for chat. Oh, wait, can I make more characters? Oh, can you? Wait, seriously? Oh, shit, you can just do that. Well, it's up to 20, but, like, that would last me a while. Ooh, good to know. I would not have to make a new account entirely with a new email and pay membership on a new account every time I want to do that. That's interesting to know. If I had known that, I don't remember which email I'm using for this one. Hmm. When did they change that? Did they change that? I don't know. Anyways. I was talking big and I forgot what I was saying because I have brain problems that make me immediately forget everything I'm talking about. I'm saying something. Oh yeah, I mean, it'd just be fun, I think, to like redo that first little bit repeatedly. I think that'd be interesting. Especially because it's like one of the things you can do early on in this game is a quest called Waterfall Quest that gives you a shit ton of attack and strength experience, I'm pretty sure. Or is it strength and defense? One of those two. Uh, so like, a thing you can do almost from the get-go is just run over there and do that quest. It's just, you might get murdered by a guy because you have 0 levels at the time. So it's an interesting little thing you can do about the game. And there's also little things that like the idea of speed running RuneScape is very interesting to me for how you would define that and how you would do it. And I feel like, hey, 1400 experience now, or 1400 levels. We did it! We got the number bigger. Which, what, it's like 5 by 5 plus 4, so 29 total. Yeah, around 3,000's the cap. Factoring in, a lot of these go above a level 99 now as well. Something goes like 110 and whatnot, so. Anyways. I know not what I say. Yeah, they made a couple skills go above 99 now. Um, I think archaeology is one of them. Which remember, every 10 levels or so is roughly doubling the amount of experience you need to like hit that level. So for as long as it takes to get 99, basically double that to then hit like 110, and again for 120. Excuse me. Did they do that for the combat stats? I don't think they did. No, that's still 99. Smithing though. Yes, smithing's a 110 now. I think thieving's still 99. No, thieving's a 120. Shit. So yeah, some skills gotta glow up. I think it's when they add new content and they don't want to like readjust the pacing. Yeah, mining goes to 120 now as well. Now there's a thing in the game called a completion cape, which is one of the things players like really go for is like all the stuff so they can like do everything and whatnot. Is that displayed somewhere in here? Yeah, yeah. So when they add like an extra 10 levels that will take you like at least several days of constant playing to like unlock this stuff, they put a grace period in so that you don't lose like the progress, anything like that for a while. So some of the skills, and I gotta find where it is. Achievements. Is it a Jill? No, hang on. One of these has a grace period on it, I remember seeing. You don't lose progress, it's just if there's a thing for like, hey, you have like max level in this, and then max level goes up by 10, then now it's like, well, you don't have max level anymore. So you have to like get max level again. Farming, no. I know I saw one of these tell me like there's a grace period thing for it for a while. Where is it? Yeah, fire making. So until September 5th of this year, you don't lose your, like, I did everything achievement stuff until then. So you have time to get the fire making skill. And then there's virtual level. I don't really get what that's supposed to be. I think that's like if you artificially inflate the level somehow. I do not know. I need not know. I have never gotten 99 in these games. I've never stuck with an account long enough. And every time I come back after a couple years, I start a new account. So I am never going to have a 99 in one of these skills. But I might just hit 90 so I can do the port stuff. Because it's fun. But yeah. That was me today. We started with Fletching. We ended with Fletching. I did some puzzles. The usual. I'm probably gonna close up shop. It's been a good 3 hours. Gotta feed some dogs. Do some education. Feed myself. Keep my day balanced. But thank y'all for being here. I hope me yelling about this for 3 hours was interesting. I had expected myself to just like pop out the chat and be watching YouTube during this, honestly, and just like very low-key chill. But I guess I haven't gotten to yell and talk about stuff for a while. My voice is gonna hurt from this. I need to do vocal training just so I can speak better. Like not hurt my throat when I'm speaking. Anyways, to everybody out there, have a wonderful day. Treat yourself well. Be kind, be good, be your best version as you can be. You now know how to solve sliding tile puzzles, so you may now impress any young child you meet by going, I can solve that intentionally. While they just flail and randomly move them. I remember getting those like little like in McDonald's play boxes or something. I would get those and just mess with them. And now it's like, now I could do that properly. Rubik's Cubes? No fucking idea. Have not learned those. Sliding tile puzzles? The day they put a Rubik's Cube in RuneScape, I will learn how to do it. Shit, did I already do that, maybe? I should investigate. But yeah, let me just, boop. Classic. It's been a pleasure. It's been a wonder. I'm glad to be back. I'm glad I had the sense of mental. I'm glad I was comfortable doing this and able to do it. Because, oh, the brain's bad. But I was here today, and I'm happy about that. And I forgot that I cannot simply check things easily. Hang on. Oh, hey, Daddy. Wow, time is a circle. Have fun with the same person with the same game again as a couple times ago. But yeah, have a good one. Y'all be good. In 10 seconds, I can. Yeah, chemo, I know. I'll feed you in a minute, buddy. Please, I'm doing my outro. This has been Ada playing RuneScape. Y'all be groovy and wonderful and be nice. Bye. See you next time. Stop licking me.